All right. So on your Reddit post, for technique advice, we are talking about it. Balance is your biggest issue here. That's what's affecting your consistency. It's a two-handed bowler. Balance, ending in a balanced finish release position is the most critical thing. If you don't have that, you're never going to be consistent. So there's three big things that kind of set you up for failure, right? So the first one, you walk up to the line and bam, look at your shoulders, right? You're already leaning everything this way. You're putting yourself off balance. Look at you know the general sports rule: ankles, hips, shoulders. Right? Everything wants to be in line if you want to be balanced. Ankles, hips, shoulders. Right? It's not on balance. So when you walk up to the line, walk up. Just roll out your shoulders, relax, and just straighten them. Getting those straight, that'll help you with the rest of it. But when you have your shoulders, slanted like that, you're gonna throw yourself off of the rest. So keep going. Now the second thing, you take a 5-step approach. I personally take a 4-step, but the second thing is your second step. You do not want to swing the ball around you. You want to move around the ball. You don't want to move the ball around you. You want to move. You want you want to move yourself around the ball. So look at your leg, look where the ball wants to go. Right? You can't get through your leg. So what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna go out this way, you're gonna take a big wide step out this way, and you're gonna swing the ball out this way a little bit, right? And so what's gonna happen is, I'm over dramatizing it here a little bit. That's tricky color to actually be able to see. But what's going to end up going to be happening is you got force pulling this way, force pulling that way. Is you're gonna pull yourself in the line like this, right? If you're being totally dramatic and like worst case scenario, your feet go whoop and your shoulders go bam and you just parallel the ground, right? So what you want to do is make the second step, step around the ball much more, right? Let's go back. So boom. This step here needs to be like right here, right? That way your ball can swing straight back and straight forward. That's the other thing I forgot to say. So when you don't step in the way, what ends up happening is your ball path becomes your ball path goes like this, and then back like that, right? And so on the release, if you're coming in like this, right? Say this is your intended release point, right? So if you release there, that's your ideal line. But if you release here, you're gonna go this way. If you release here, you're gonna go this way. So you're really tightening the tolerance of what you have to be extremely repeatable every single time in order to get the ball going exactly where you want it, right? So by stepping around it, you're gonna let the ball come straight back, straight forward. You're gonna let the ball come straight back, straight forward, and what that'll do is then your release, bam, it doesn't matter where you release it, right? It's always gonna go forward. It's gonna go straight where you're looking. All right. So that's the second thing, and then you can see how it throws you off balance here. See, you get up here, and I believe you said your foot's stuck, but that's what I'm talking about, right? Your body is like this. What you want is your body to be like this. It's not going to be perfectly straight up and down. That's never going to happen. But you want it to be as close to vertical as possible. And so the third thing is on your release. So you said you were strong arming it, because you felt like it ball speed was low. I wrote an explanation about ball speed on the Reddit post, so I'm not going to go over that. But the third thing is the follow through with the right hand is important. But for balance, for what we're talking about here, the left hand, as you're releasing the ball, so let's pretend your arm is still on the ball, right? Oh, that's not what I want to do. Let's pretend your arm's still on the ball. As you're here, your left hand, you want to throw that up and over your shoulder. What that's gonna do is it's gonna create. So you got all the force pulling you this way from backswing and right swing. Your left arm's gonna pull this way, and that's gonna end up balancing the forces out. It helps you stay vertical. All right. So those are the three things. Yep. Come on. So let's write that down. Number 1. Start with straight shoulders. Number 2, step around the ball. And do more than you think you need to do. It's gonna feel weird at first, but it feels like you're overcompensating, but you're really not. And then third is when you follow through. Throw that left arm up and over your shoulder. All right. Yeah. Hope that helps you.